Hi team, this is the demo for just guest checkout. So I'm on the replicated cart and we will try to go to the checkout page. So as you see here, there's an added um, option. So if you register an account, step 2 says account and billing details. If it's guest checkout, it's only billing details. And then for guest checkout, we don't check for the unique email address since they are not the user itself will not be able to access the back office. So yeah. So I'm just gonna put in test data right now and then let's continue. So the rest of the steps are the same. So the only difference is that on a successful transaction, this will redirect to a registered user will be redirected to the back office, whereas a guest user will only receive a email notification. So I'm using a test credit card that would result to a failed transaction. So let's test the failed transaction first. So I got an email that says we encountered a problem, and then with my details, and then let's see this transaction in the database where so let's see. So since this is a declined guest transaction, user ID is 0 and user is not saved in our system, and then total amount is 27.50. Tax is 0, and then subtotal is 24. Shipping fee is 350. Okay, and then let's check what if it is an approved transaction. So I'm going to transact again through guest checkout. So okay, let's just guest checkout again, and then this time we will test for an approved transaction. So right now tax is still being fixed, so that's why it's like that. And then 321 firm. So since this is a guest user, it's just redirected to the approved or the successful page. And then user also gets a copy of the receipt. So this is the receipt, and then let's check for details. So it's approved, and we have a user ID since commissions team needs a user ID for approved guest transactions. Guest users are created, but they won't be able to log in into the system. So let's check for the details. So total is 55.50. Tax is 0, subtotal is 50, and then shipping fee is 550. So let's check the details of my user ID. So this is our transaction. My sponsor ID is 3, and then transaction products, I had quantity 1. Category map is blank because this is not a registered user. Billing is also blank. This is my user, and sponsor ID is 3. Active no. And then the level ID from my user is level ID 9. So there you go. So that will not be included in the contacts. And then yep, so the next thing for us to check is the get sold box checkout page. So on the get sold box, this should not be showing up. So let me just update this. So I've just updated the page. So guest check out on the Soulbox profile is not available since this is only for users who wants an auto ship, and if you have an auto ship you need to be able to access the site. So next is let's double check if the registered user function is still working. So I'm just going to purchase again, and let's test for a failed transaction first. So um, for new users, email unique email address is being checked. So since I've already had a test user earlier, I'm just gonna update the existing users and then continue. So we are going to test for a failed transaction first. So you are redirected to the field payment page. And then we also get the failed email. Then let's check again for the transaction and compare it with the receipt that we had. So total is 1950, subtotal is 16, um, tax is 0, 350. So user ID is 0 since this is declined and user is not created. So next is let's try for an um, successful transaction. So let's register the account and then test regis. So this should redirect us to the back office. Okay, so let's check for this user. Oh, I failed to make the email, my email. Anyway, let's check the details of my user. So, um, level ID, sponsor ID is still saved. Active, yes. And then level ID is 3. Then, so transaction. So this was our transaction. And let's just check the description. So next week has been exhausting pajama set, which is correct. It's approved. And then amount is saved. So again, tax is still being worked on. Transaction products, category map. So as you see here, category is saved for this user as well as the billing, since this is a registered user. And then one last check is for the auto ship sign up, if that is still working. So as I've mentioned earlier, there is no guest check-in here. So test auto ship. This page also checks for unique email address. So I am redirected to the BI just cart, and then I'm just gonna fill in some details. And now it's redirecting me to the AutoShip page. So that one is also working, but let's double check the user for the details of my user. So this user should also be on level ID 3. So sponsor is still saved, and then level ID 3, active should be yes, and then let's check for the transaction. So since this was an AutoShip sign up, user should not have any transaction and transaction products, and then category map should be T34, billing should be saved since we have visited the BI page. Billing, then users which I have shown earlier, so no transaction products and transactions. So that's all for my video demo. Thank you.